Today I have a very special video for you guys. As you can see, I am with my hunter, and he is rocking a very special class item. That is right, he is rocking the legendary Ghost Angel Cloak. Now, typically I do reviews on gear and, talk about either weapons or exotic items or things that could just help your Guardian, be a little bit better in PvE or PvP situations. We look at the design, we talk about the perks, we talk about what situations they would be beneficial in, but sometimes there are items that you just want because they look super duper radical, and this is one of those items. Now, I've been playing Destiny since the alpha, then I played in the beta, and then of course vanilla, and then right towards the end of vanilla, about the last time that Zur sold the Gallarhorn Gear 1, I became a die-hard Destiny player. I finally got hooked and was addicted to playing. However, this was one particular class item on my hunter that eluded me. That's right, I actually started out as a hunter. Now, you're going to see some videos from me that are, Titans and Hunters, and occasionally the Warlock. Titan is my main, but Hunter is what I started with, and finally, with the start of Year 3, we were able to bring back those Year 1 class items, and with that came the Ghost Angel Cloak. Now, this was something that was originally sold by my man Cade6, standing right over there, and actually, this is the time that this is how I got it, actually. I was ranking up, and I ended up getting it from a weapon package when I ranked up with the Vanguard from Cade6. He was out there for me, and he really helped me out, and I was just so excited. I was sitting here, and I came over, and I was like, you know what, just got done on Archon's Forge, I ranked up in the Vanguard, I'm gonna go ahead and just see if I can get myself the Ghost Angel Cloak. I am not kidding, guys. I literally sat here, and I was like, man, that'd be so awesome if Cade ended up giving me the Ghost Angel Cloak, and literally as that thought was going in my mind, before my inner monologue could complete the words Ghost Angel Cloak, boom, it dropped for me, and I squealed like it was just like a little kid on Christmas Day. It was so awesome. I am super excited. Now, this is one of those things where it's not really the perks. There's no special perks here with the class items. Yeah, it's going to have a special like intellect, discipline, strength role potentially for you if you get this one yourself, and maybe it'll have some other perks that can help your Guardian along the way. Nothing special about it except for the style and the look of it. So I'm just going to go ahead and just keep rotating around because I just love staring at this thing. But we're going to take a quick look at the perks that it comes with, and then we'll look at some additional shaders. Now, of course, you may have a particular different favorite hunter cloak if you do rock a hunter, but I gotta tell you, I'll guarantee you now, if you didn't know this cloak existed, it'll be in your top 5. Let's go ahead and get a top-down look here. Just rotate the camera a little bit more. Look at it. Look at it, how it's torn up, and just, oh, it's just so cool. I love this cloak so much. All right, let's go ahead and get an up-close look of it by jumping in and seeing what colors we can add to it. Now, as of right now, this particular shader I'm rocking, the Stolen Chalice, this was sold by Ava Levante, I don't know, a little over a week ago or so. It kind of gives that silver and gray style, but just look at that cloak. Man, I could stare at this thing all day. Okay, let's go ahead and get a better look. So, Hunter Cloak, the flavor text is also awesome. I love this. We are an army of the chosen dead. Now, if you guys were not a part of Destiny back in Year 1 when the Vanguard sold the Ghost Angel Armor, which there was the gauntlets, there was a chest piece, boots, helmet, it was really cool. But back then, it was really difficult to get marks. It wasn't as easy as it is today. You have the legendary marks, which allows you to buy pretty much any any gear from any vendor, but back in the day, way back in the day, you had to get Vanguard marks or Crucible marks to buy Crucible or Vanguard gear. And this was one of those items that I just, I was a casual player back then, and by the time I started becoming a diehard, I just didn't really have the time, devotion, or the marks to get this guy. And then boom, we jumped into Year 2, and all that sweet, beautiful Ghost Angel gear disappeared. Now, are we going to see Year 1 gear for Ghost Angel come back? It's possible, I guess. I mean, considering that Iron Banner just happened, and we saw a lot of the Year 1 Iron Banner gear dropping, it's definitely possible, but I'm not going to get my hopes up. This is the one piece that I wanted the most. If you look up in the Bungie Armor, you can see all the different gear pieces, and let me tell you, it's a rad set overall. But this is probably my favorite class item in the entire game, despite the fact that I rock a Titan. Sorry, Warlocks, this is the #1 for me. I love it. All right, so in this one, you can see that you get Vanguard Champion, increases your Vanguard reputation gains, and then you have one of the focuses to help you increase the experience for a particular item or a particular gun, I should say, that you're using. In this case, hand cannon or rocket launcher. And then, of course, you have discipline, and then you've got strength. So let's go ahead and back out and take a look at some of the other shaders that we can apply here. Now, the cloak itself seems to be, for the most part, a pretty solid color, except for down here where it's kind of all torn up and just ripped apart a little bit. Maybe some blood stains down there. But depending on the shader, you're going to see different stains around kind of like the hood area and somewhere maybe down in this area. And this Stolen Chalice makes it look super duper silver, but the standard color for this is actually kind of ugly, I feel like. well, maybe it's not that bad. It looks like it's kind of made of a paper or a potato sack, but, you know, to each their own. The material looks kind of like it's made of a potato sack. That's just my opinion. But let's go ahead and take a look at the different shaders here and see what we got. So this one, Sparkle Pony, this is also sold by Ava Levante. She's been selling this a little bit lately. We haven't seen this one a whole lot running around into year 2 and year 3, but I picked it up because I like the combination of the pinks and the purples. I really like this pink color on the cloak, and I would probably be rocking this color if I had the ability to just toggle back and forth between colors on just the cloak alone. Unfortunately, the rest of the armor that I've got here, we're working the Dream Eater and the Trials, and then of course the Shinobu's Vow gauntlets there. It's just, it doesn't really look great in my opinion across the board. It's not too bad, but it's not the style that I like, but I love this cloak in pink. It just looks really neat to me. Now the Infinite Link is that one that you get from Refer a Friend. This would be cool, but the problem is the pants. Ugh, God, the legs just look terrible. The red, and then it kind of has like that kind of techie block Tetris looking design to it. I don't really like that. See how it just kind of adds a texture to the cloak? I don't like that at all. The hood is cool, but somehow it just starts picking up texture around this area, and it's just not my thing. Now this one I particularly like, the Cleopatra AK. I like this one a lot. The white is a bit bright, but I like the white and red combination. It looks really, really neat here. A little too shiny in the white. I wish they'd tone the white point down a little bit, but this is one of the favorite looks that I've got for the particular gear set that I'm rocking here. I really like this one a lot. One of the Rise of Iron shaders, we're going to go and put this one on here. I like the green. This is so radical. This looks like something you would find, like, maybe not the chest piece per se, but the rest of it you'd find some, like a hunter in the woods, which makes sense. I mean, hunters hunt woods, it just makes sense. It's a really cool shader to put on here. The green cloak is just super cool. I might actually play around with different armor sets to try and find a better look and hopefully see if I can get the stats so I can have this color combination, because it looks really damn good. And then we'll take a look at the cryptographic. I was rocking this one earlier because I like the red a lot too. The red looks great. The cryptographic is pretty much just a gold, kind of a whitish silver, and a red combination. This is like a blood red color. I really like the look of this too, and the way that it kind of just fades down into the bottom, like little bit right here. It really shows a lot of the texture and the design in the cloak, and it looks really, really neat. I love it. All right, so let's move on here. Knight-Errant. This is also going to be one of the Rise of Iron shaders that you get. Both of these, I think, drop for me in Trials, or not Trials, I'm sorry, Iron Banner, my gosh. This one I like a lot. You can see the blood stain. See, I was talking about this earlier. If you look close enough, you can see in like the hood area what looks to be a blood stain on the left side and the right sides there. This is probably a little bit more clear. I like this a lot too. This color combination is really, really neat. I like this one a lot. This is Knight-Errant. The Chatter White, it's a little bit too white for me. I like it overall, but it's just that white point is too bright. It's just too strong. It's cool, but it's a bit much. Barrier Ethos is my favorite shader to rock on my Titan. It looks really good here too. The pants is kind of the issue, the legs, but I like the cloak. This is probably one of my favorite cloak colors that you can get. I like that red. Any combinations of like dark purples and reds and kind of like a wine-esque color would be really neat here. But that's pretty much it. You're looking at my my favorite hunter cloak of all time and my favorite class item of all time. I absolutely adore this thing, and I was super excited to get this one. Now, some of you guys are probably looking at here like, oh, that's cute and adorable, but I prefer the Cryptid Cloak. I've got that one too, and I gotta say I love this one. The only thing I don't like about it is that kind of like little gray piece. It looks like it's made of plastic around the neck there. I'm not a big fan of that, but I do like the way this drapes down right here. 2 layers, I like that. But focusing back on the Ghost Angel, still my favorite cloak of all time. So good, I love it. Now, again, if you guys are trying to get this cloak, you can get it from Ingram's, you can get it from drops, pretty much anywhere. Anywhere that you can get a legendary item of sorts, this is going to drop for you. It's got a high probability of showing up for you eventually. I mean, I've got an entire vault full of class items for my Titan and my Hunter, and every single time one drops, I am always seeing something new. I've gotten some duplicates since Rise of Iron started, and this is the first time I've gotten Ghost Angel, and maybe I've ranked up with Vanguard somewhere between 7 and 10 times with the Hunter since the Rise of Iron's release. But I gotta say, this was a drop that made me really, really excited. I'm totally stoked on this one. But there you have it, guys. If you guys agree with me, or if you have some alternate cloaks that you particularly like on your Hunter, if that's what you main, let me know what they are down below. I'm thinking about maybe doing a top 5 Hunter cloaks, excluding exotics, of course, and talking about those in a future video. So if you guys have any ideas, I'd love to hear what they are. But as always, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos. I love when you guys watch this and provide some comments, or if you put a thumbs up. It really helps me out to know that I'm doing a decent job. Or if you have feedback overall and got some recommendation, let me know that too. I'm always open to suggestion. But once again, we are at the end of the video, so thank you guys for taking your time to check this out, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy, Guardians.